Hi everyone, thanks for coming. My name is Tule from University of Virginia in UCLA, and today I'm going to present our paper on the perceptions and notification preferences in the context of smart buildings data collection in the US. So first of all, why smart buildings? Essentially, smart buildings play an important role in smart city, and smart city is getting popular. A lot of cities in the world started adopting the new technologies to become smarter, which give us a lot of convenience and improve our quality of life. And however, they also come with a lot of issues. There are many security attacks on smart buildings, and those give the attackers the remote access to the building control system or the data collected in the building. So what could go wrong? The core of the smart building is essentially Internet of Things, and they have physical interactions with the real world. They are connected devices and applications, and these devices application can communicate with each other and share the data that it collects about the environment. And these data collections are pervasive, which is the focus of our paper. So our goal is to help the residents in the smart building to be aware of the risk. There are a couple of challenges. First of all, the systems in a public setting are complex. There are many devices and applications, and that also means a lot of data collections of different data types. And the second challenge is that smart building is large scale. There are a lot of users, a lot of interactions, and that also means a lot of preferences for the data collection. So in this paper, we first look into the awareness of data collection. And then from that, we identify the potential misunderstandings about the data collection. And we look into the complex privacy notifications, how people want to receive notification about the data collection. So why studying privacy notification for smart building specifically? It is important but understudied. Privacy notification is the way to help the user or the residents be aware of what is happening in the data collection. The privacy notification, if not well designed, can cause user apathy or misunderstanding. And because there are so many devices and applications in a smart building, the traditional approaches might overwhelm the user if there are many data collections happening at the same time. So in our work, we conduct a user study focusing on 3 research questions. First, the awareness and perceptions of data collection. Second, the notification preferences. And the last thing is the factors that influence their preferences. In this talk, I will give an overview of the first 2 questions. So our study design, we designed a survey for 492 participants in a smart building workplace. Our data set is the US representative population. And for the scenarios, we have 3 scenarios representing 3 devices, Bluetooth beacons, cameras, and smart meters. And for the question, we ask about the perceptions and preferences. Then for data analysis, we use chi-square and cross-correlates tests for quantitative data, including multiple choice questions and Likert scale, and thematic analysis for qualitative data, such as the free text answer. So I will give an overview of the key findings in our paper. First, we found that nearly half of the participants are not aware of the data collection, even though our participants noticed the devices at their workplace, they were not aware of those devices collecting the data about them. Next is the data access. We found that the majority thought that their company would have access to the collected data. However, about half of them felt comfortable about it. Very few participants thought that they would have access to their own data, and only 15% thought that they would benefit from having the access. Next is the purposes of data collection. We found misconceptions about the data purpose. For example, in our Bluetooth beacon scenario, localization is actually the primary purpose of using the Bluetooth beacon. However, our participant thought that the Bluetooth beacons is used for enforcing the policies in the building and for user profiling. And in fact, the localization purpose is the least selected in this case. We also found one participant incorrectly assumed that the Bluetooth beacon might also be able to access their phone without them realizing it. The last thing is notification preference. We found that the majority of our participants wanted to be notified about the data collection. Specifically for the smart meter scenario, fewer people are concerned about it. And the reason for this is they think the data based on resource consumption is not really privacy related. Next, we categorize the responses for why they want to be notified and why they don't want to be notified. So for why people want to be notified, for Bluetooth beacon and camera, the main reasons are concerns about privacy violations, and they don't trust whoever have access to their data. Specifically for camera, they want to pay attention to their behaviors because they know they are being tracked. And for smart meter, they care about the ownership of the data. For why people don't want to be notified, most people think that there's no violation or negative effects. And some people are confident about their understanding and knowledge. And for smart meter, people think it's not necessary or not useful to be notified. Next, we identified some information that the user want to know about the data collection. First is the presence of data collection, where the device is at, and whoever have access to their data, data practice, how the data is used, and the purposes of using the data. So these are the primary information that people want to be notified. And the next preference is the duration of retention, which is how long the data is being retained. We also ask our participants to select the notification methods that they want to receive in the workplace context. So most people want the notification through email. And surprisingly, we found that mobile app notification is the least selected choice in this case, which is different from smart home environment. In smart home, people prefer mobile app notification. And we also found that physical sign is significantly more preferred in Bluetooth beacons and camera scenario as compared to smart meter. And some people suggest that we should notify them in person instead of the other methods. So those are the key findings of our papers. We have more detailed analysis and implications in our paper. So feel free to reach out to me for questions. Thank you.